Its name is Keldo the Possessed Statue. Keldo the Possessed Statue. All right, hey everyone, my name is Spencer Detweiler, aka Blackacre, and if you are watching this, it is Banlist season, by which I mean I've seen some YouTubers upload free content about what they want to see, what they think will happen, and why the game is broken beyond repair. So I figured I may, throw my 2 cents in there. I am recording this from my office in my lawyer job. You could tell because there are statutes behind me and also progression playoffs behind me. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Danny. So I figured I wouldn't do a prediction because there are people who know more about this game than I do who can tell you at length what Konami's priorities are and what Konami might do. So what I'm going to do is give a bit more of a wish list. And any ban list discussion in winter 2023 is going to have to start with a discussion of a Shizu tier limit. How much do you hit the deck? I think having a Shizu tier limit at the best deck is really neat. I've gotten dumpstered by it quite a few times by this point, playing Sword Soul. But like a deck that's fun to get dumpstered by is really rare in this game, at least from what I've seen. It's interactive. The games go on for multiple turns. You're playing the entire time. It's got some really neat stuff going on. The lore is just Rick and Morty but bad. And I don't want a deck that is less based than tier limit to become the best deck, right? I don't want to hit tier limit so much that Kashtira or Fluwandereeze with Barrier Statue ends up being at the top of the pecking order. So there are a bunch of hits that I could see happening to a Shizu tier limit. The question is, I don't know exactly how many of them I would recommend because I want enough hits where other decks can compete more, but not so much so that a Shizu tournament stops being the best deck or that it gives up space to something like Kashtira. So first of all, can we just ban Instant Fusion by this point? No one likes, putting the player into a corner only to be stopped right in their tracks by the power 1-off. And Instant Fusion is more powerful now than it has ever been. Let's just get rid of it. No one is going to miss it. I used to be a strong soldier of Instant Fusion before Pote. I was like an alternative to Called by the Grave for counterplay against hand traps that's fairer because it's telegraphed and requires an extra deck investment. But right now, too much. Secondly, Pellerino. You could ban this card. Tier limit has an entire additional field spell, and you can do a lot of really cool plays without Pellerino, especially using the tier limit Kashtira card. Kashtira tier limit? Kashtira limit? That one. So it's not mission critical, at least not as much as it was anymore, and it's absurdly powerful. So I wouldn't exactly be upset if Pellerino got taken out behind the shed. As for the also Havness to 1. Havness is mission critical, and banning it would require some King of the Swamp shenanigans that I don't want to see. But it's both the playmaker and a hand trap, and it's really it's like one of the most frustrating things to play against in the matchup. I would really like to see it put to 1, but again, only if doing that doesn't end up dumpstering the deck. If tier limit can survive Havness to 1 in addition to whatever else Konami does, I would like to see that happen. As for the Ishizu cards, Keldo the Possessed Statue is the only one that should go on the list. It should go to 1. The Millers are, they're fun, they're fine, they're neat. The Shufflers are absolutely insane. If they could only spin back monsters, I'd actually not have a problem with them. I keep forgetting they could spin back spell traps. So, you could spin back, I don't know, a Heavenly Dragon Circle or a Sword Soul Blackout. And yeah, I do have brain worms. Brain WYRMs, brain worms. But it's still wild. And of the two of them, Keldo the Possessed Statue, the only one of the two whose name I've memorized, is the busted one, because it also searches any Ishizu. That is wild. So, Pellerino banned, Instant Fusion banned, Keldo the Possessed Statue to 1, Havness to 1. If you could do all 4 of those things, and Tier Limit would still be, like, the top deck of the format, fantastic. Do that. If not, you know, whatever needs to be done to keep Tier Limit at the top. I don't want to see Kashtira and Fluwandereeze taking over the meta. I really, really don't. As for things that aren't tier limits on the list, Magnemite to 1. They're making a 4th Bestial name, and that'll be the replacement for Saronir. Magnemite is insane. And, like, I benefit from that more than I get harmed by it playing Sword Soul. But it also generates advantage like nothing else, because you just get another Magnemite, another Bestial to use on your turn. This is, like, an inevitable thing. I wouldn't, like, be too upset if they didn't put Magnemite to 1, but I do want to say that I want to see it happen. But now that that's out of the way, and we're like 6 minutes and 45 seconds into this video, Konami, listen to me very closely. You have a golden opportunity to ban every single floodgate before they ruin another format. Please, I am begging you. Mystic Mind's already gone. Great. You have seen Dimensional Barrier, Artifact Scythe. There can be only one. Rivalry of Warlords goes in match. You have seen these cards ruin formats. Have you seen Pre-Pote? Ban Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity, Baguska, Barrier Statue. I don't want to have to deal with these in any capacity. They create these non-games. Have you played Master Duel recently? It is unplayable. I have tried to play it a few times and you just get floodgated out. Runic Stun is a war crime. And I don't think these cards should be ruining formats anymore. I don't think you should be in a situation where you have to be like, oh, yeah, you won the instant you activated Artifact Scythe. Please free us from this prison. People will say that you need these to counter, like, the big build-a-board setup combo decks. But, like, you know what beats the big board setup combo decks? If hand traps don't do it, the big going second board breakers do. Like, you could just print more of those. Or, like, if you're really concerned, like, put Mind Control to 2 or something. I don't know if I recommend doing that, but, like, you know what else beats it? Tier Limit! Ishizu Tier Limit! The Build-A-Board combo decks haven't been the best deck for a while. It used to be a saying that the arc of Yuga's history always bends towards combo, and that's just not true anymore. So, please, Konami, get rid of these floodgates that create non-games and delete interaction. And let us actually play some fun, interesting Yu-Gi-Oh! Ishizu Tier Limit will not be the best deck forever. But I would look at I hope that Ishizu Tier Limit ends up being like this paradigm shift where from now on, all decks that strive to be the best thing in the format have to meet the challenge the Ishizu Tier Limit presents, which is, are you still fun to play with and against while still being the best thing you could be doing? And the answer to that is yes for the Ishizu Tier Limit, and I don't want to see the answer to that question be no again. As for things that can come off, Joseph knows way more than me because he's talked at length about, you know, what can come off that isn't affecting anything. Why is Adagrass at 1? Why is Time Seal at 1? These cards do nothing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an obligatory bad take. Like I said, Chaos Ruler should come back last time, and I'd be happy to see it come back, right? But, like, I probably don't think it should. It could kind of go either way. So today's horrible take is that Arch Nemesis Protoss should come back so I could win more games. And with that, I can call it quits. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I ranted for 10 minutes again. But until next time, I'm Blackacre, and when you play me at 2 times speed, I sound exactly like Ben Shapiro.